What is up, everybody? This is going to be an interesting video. I don't need this earphone in. We got a big oof from the Marvel Strike Force website. We have the entire kits leaked for the characters of next patch. Now, we already knew Gwenpool's kits. We're only going to focus on the 5 that were just accidentally put out there that somebody threw on my public Discord. Now, normally I wouldn't do this, but I know other people will make this video anyway. So I'm gonna jump into the fun, because why not at that point, right? All right, so let's begin looking at Cosmo's kit. I'm actually going to pull up a different source here so I can read it. And here we go. So, Cosmo's kit. Rough him up on the basic. He's going to clear 2 negative effects from self, attack primary target for 360, clearing 2 positive effects, 50% chance to revive a dead Korg ally with 10% max health, and war always revive a dead Korg with 10%. So, Korg getting revived from Cosmo there. That's pretty interesting. Go Fetch. He's going to attack primary and adjacent targets for 400% damage and clear all positive effects. Clear 2 bleed and random negative effects from self and all allies. Heal the most injured ally for 20%. Apply 1 deflect up to a maximum of 5 to self and all Knowhere allies. In war, gain 1,000% extra focus for this attack. It is unavoidable. All right, so now we know it's going to be a war team. We kind of see that not tagged to offense or defense. Zoomies, that's funny. Fill this character speed bar by 5% plus 5% per Knowhere ally. Clear all negative effects from self and all allies. Clear all positive effects from all enemies. Heal self for 25%. Bury yourself and all allies for 10%. In war, apply safeguard to self and all Knowhere allies. Generate 1 ability energy to self and Knowhere allies. Now, let's note that his kit, his traits, Hero Cosmic Bio, support Guardian Knowhere. So he does have that Guardian tag. We'll see if he actually plays nice with any of the Guardian members. All right, now let's check his passive. So on spawn, gain immunity when an enemy attacks this character. Apply offense down for 2 turns and bleed to that character. In war, deal damage equal to 5% of that character's max health. That's huge. When this character has deflect or minor deflect, lower the crit chance of all enemies by 50%. Gain 10% resistance. Knowhere allies gain 10% resistance. In war, gain an additional 10% resistance for self and all Knowhere allies. It's not a lot. 20% resistance. I would have expected a lot more given their track record, but I'm happy that it's not crazy, actually. All right, so moving on to Korg. He's going to attack the primary target, apply slow for 2 turns on his basic, gain 2 deflect up to a 5. Let's also look at his kit, or his traits rather. Hero Cosmic Bio Protector Knowhere. So he does not have, I guess, an Asgardian tag. He might have had, maybe. All right. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 420% damage. Apply slow for 2 turns. If Nova's an ally, or with 2 or more Knowhere allies, this attack does an additional something that gets cut off. Oh, there he goes. Does an additional 200% piercing to each target. Okay, so pretty good damage. Apply offense up for 2 turns to self and all Knowhere allies. Apply +1 deflect to a maximum of 5. Okay, so that's where Cosmo's getting deflects from. In war, reduce speed bar by 20% on primary and adjacent targets. It's unavoidable. Clear all positive effects from the primary target is on his ultimate. Attack primary for 550% damage. Call the 2 Knowhere allies with the highest damage to attack the primary target. These allies gain 30% damage for this attack. Apply defense up for 2 turns to self and all Knowhere. In war, reduce speed bar by 30%, and this ability gains 100% extra focus. All right, now let's look at his passive. So he's pretty interesting. He's doing some slows. He's calling assists, turn meter rewind. Very powerful kit, actually. I'm interested to see what his speed is going to be. That's the one thing we don't know about these characters right now. Rock and roll on spawn. Apply defense up for 2 turns and deflect to self and... Okay, so right away, Cosmo's passive is in effect on spawn when he's with Korg. When a Knowhere ally drops below 50% health, gain taunt. When this character has deflect or minor deflect, lower the counterattack chance of all enemies by 100%. That messes with, or is Red Hulk considered a retaliate? We'll have to read Red Hulk's kit if his passive is a retaliate or a counterattack. He gains armor, he gives armor, and then in war on block, bury yourself for 5% and gain an additional 30% armor for self and Knowhere allies. Okay, very, very interesting, Korg. Super tanky, got the slows, and the speed bar stuff. That's really big. That's really good for Korg. He's going to be really important on that team. All right, Nova. Now, Nova is the legendary character. We're going to be unlocking Nova through the Scourge, which is very interesting. He's got to be good, right? Okay, so Bio Blaster Knowhere. So there we go. He is a bio character. He does have legendary, so look for him to be used in Dark Dimension 6 for sure. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 400% damage. Clear 2 positive effects. In war, clear 4. Apply deflect up to a maximum of 5 to self and all Knowhere allies. So what we don't know also is the striker effects. If this works on his striker attack, for sure Nova's going to be a striker. I can already tell by the damage. He's a blaster. Giving deflects will really be good for Cosmo and for Korg, so that's huge. So a lot of synergy already with this team. And they're all Knowhere so far. 50% chance to revive a dead Korg ally. So there's another revive, so it's not just Cosmo in war. So it looks like Korg is going to be like the Greg for this team, maybe. That's kind of funny. Nova Blast, you use this turn 1, it looks like. In war, clear revive once from primary and adjacent targets. Huge, only in war though. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 500% damage. Flip defense up and 2 random positive effects. That is not locked behind war, that's very powerful. Apply disruptive for 2 turns and heal block for 2 turns. And apply stun to the primary target. Bonkers. In war, apply trauma to the primary target for 2 turns. Apply +1 safeguard to self and all Knowhere allies. And this attack is unavoidable. This looks like a huge gamma killing ability right here. Depending when Nova goes, if he's going to put that stun on Red Hulk or maybe on She-Hulk so she's not throwing everything back, that looks like a huge F-bomb to gamma. All right, let's see what his next 2 abilities are. Oh god, I got to pull up the other version. I can't read it that small. Hopefully you guys can zoom in and see what I'm reading. His ultimate, which is available turn 2, he attacks all enemies for 700% damage. Big number. Characters killed by his attack cannot be revived. Not locked behind war. Love that. Clear all negative effects from self. Bury yourself and all allies for 10% of this character's max health. Apply deflect up to a maximum of 5, so he's giving deflects on his ultimate as well. Clear all battlefield effects on allied side. Ooh, that's important wording right there, allied side. Because the Red Hulk battlefield is on your side, which would be considered allied side. So his battlefield effect clears Red Hulk. This is what I'm thinking. It's a war team. I'm looking at Gamma. Gamma is the current war roadblock, the main team. So I'm looking to see if this team's going to counter it. I'm seeing a lot of speed bar stuff. I'm seeing a lot of, well, the anti-battlefield is huge. No revives if they start pairing Dorm there. So this does look like it's going to be the Gamma killer. But also, maybe it finds its way to defense, because I'm not seeing in-war offense. So we could just have 2 crazy war defenses now. Hopefully the mirror matchup will be a lot better than the Gamma mirror matchup. In war, apply safeguard to self, and oh wow, his ultimate is giving safeguard. It's applying speed up for 2 turns to self and all Knowhere allies and filling speed bar by 20%. This is very reminiscent of the Gwenpool ultimate in Crucible, right? We saw that on her kit, giving safeguard and speed up. That's crazy. All right, and Nova Force. So this is his battlefield effect. Not only does it get rid of Red Hulks, it also, on this or ally's turn, the character clears 1 negative effect, gains 2 deflect, and heals for 5%. Wow, that's crazy. For this character and each ally, when that character drops below 50% health, heal that character for 50% health. This can only occur once per match and to each ally. Okay, so not too broken there. This character and all allies gain 5% damage per deflect. Oh, so we've seen a lot of deflects. Looks like they're going to be getting damage for that. This battlefield effect lasts until cleared or until the end of the match. So you got to be careful because Red Hulk's battlefield effect will remove this one. So you can't use this before the Red Hulk uses his, or vice versa if that's the matchup you're taking. A very interesting dynamic there. And then his passive, and I think it's very funny that it's like Aim Infector's ability look on all of them. Okay, the Human Rocket, on spawn, gain 1 charged. On spawn in war, gain 2 charged. This can only trigger once per war, so on defense, it'll only trigger once. Fill speed bar for self by 10% plus 15% for each Knowhere ally, so he's going to be super fast. That's like Magneto level of speeds on spawn. So he'll go before Red Hulk. Apply evade and safeguard to self and all Knowhere allies. That's huge. So he's going to be protecting all the allies from the Red Hulk opening special. On turn, if that is the same as Magneto, because Magneto goes before, I believe. On turn, clear 1 negative effect from self and heal self for 15%. At the end of any turn, if this character is charged and below 75% health, clear heal block, heal self for 50% of this character's max health. Fill this character's speed bar by 75%, then lose 1 charged at the end of any turn. Okay, so he's going to wait for Red Hulk to ult. The ult will push him below 75% health. He'll get 75% Or no, fill speed bar by 25%. Okay, sorry, I thought that was busted. But still, so he's going to go very quickly and remove that Red Hulk passive battlefield effect before it does too much damage. That's very OP. Gain 60% max health. Nowhere allies gain 30% max health for each charge on this character. Gain 1000% focus and 4000% resistance. What the shit? That's so stupid. When this character has deflect or minor deflect, this character and Nowhere allies gain 20% block amount. Ooh. In war, gain an additional 30% health for his entire team. While this character has charged, any Nowhere ally or self with safeguard cannot have trauma applied to them. Interesting. That'll stop, again, Red Hulk Ultimate, right? While this character has 3 or more charge, stun cannot be applied to self or any Nowhere allies. While this character has 3 or more charged, he's gaining 2 charged on spawn, so look for him to get charged elsewhere as well. Someone's going to charge him up, right? Where is he getting charged? Is he giving it to himself? I'm not seeing that anywhere in his kit. Let me check the other one real quick. Nova 1. I'm not seeing charge anywhere in his kit. No, so it's got to be coming from somewhere else. All right, let's keep going. Let's explore what's happening here. Star-Lord Annihilation. All right, attack primary and adjacent targets for 300% damage. Apply vulnerable on the basic. Interesting. Then on the basic as well. You know what? Let me make this bigger so I can just look at it here. 50% chance to revive Korg. Okay, so Korg is getting revived on every single basic. And yeah, so this is also part of the Knowhere team. He does have the Guardian tag, and he's a brawler. Skill. All right, cool. He's skill instead of tech. I'll take it. Apply blind for 2 turns to the primary target. In war, if Nova is an ally, so synergy with just Nova. Clear immunity from the primary target and the highest damage, non-primary target enemy. In war, apply blind for 2 turns to the highest damage, non-primary target. Okay. So the way this is worded, I have to assume the immunity is cleared before the blind is attempted, which is important for maybe Apocalypse. No, Apocalypse hits unavoidable anyway. Who's that going to be important for? Darkhold? Maybe if you put Apocalypse with Nova and this Star-Lord, you could put it on Red Hulk and he just misses his ultimate or special because you get the safeguard off him. Then you do this. We'll find out. We got to see the speeds of this team. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 400% damage. Apply 2 vulnerable up to 5. In war, gain 1000% extra focus for this attack, and it's unavoidable. His ultimate, attack primary target and adjacent targets for 440% damage. Apply 2 bleed for 2 turns, and apply heal block for 2 turns. In war, apply trauma. Oh, there's the trauma. Lots of stuff tied behind war for this team. I'm worried they're not going to be too great outside of war, but they are going to have new team stats. So probably don't sell them out in the other modes like Crucible just yet, especially Nova. That 700% damage on his ultimate looks pretty bonkers. All right, now let's see Star-Lord's passive. In war, another war shoutout. On spawn, apply offense down for 2 turns to all enemies. Okay. This is going to be a really shitty team to fight on the defensive side, the way I'm reading it right now. When this character or a Nowhere ally drops below 50% max health, apply 1 evade up to maximum 5 to the most injured ally. Oh, it's not even to the ally that drops below 50% life. It's the most injured, up to 5. Okay, interesting. While this character has deflect or minor deflect, more deflect shoutouts, self and Nowhere allies gain 50% accuracy. Okay, Tangled Web shoutout maybe. Gain 50% focus, Nowhere allies gain 50%. In war, gain an additional 50%. All right, I like that they get 50. They get 100 in war. That's going to be important. Gamma gets 200%. I wonder if that's going to be enough. Though we did see percentage focus on the other characters. Nova, was it 1,000 or something stupid like that? Ridiculous. All right, and then Thor. He is also Knowhere. So this is a full 5-man Knowhere team. All new characters. He's Mystic, Brawler, Avenger, and as Guardian. He's going to be able to go into a lot of teams depending on what his kit does. Interesting. Maybe we'll be subbing one of these characters out for Apocalypse and making a stupid, annoying defensive team or like a juggernaut offensive team. Interested to see how that plays out. All right. Attack primary target for 340% piercing. Apply defense down. Clear 2 negative effects. 50% chance to revive a dead Korg ally. All right, Korg is just getting revived like crazy. All 4 people revive Korg on their basics. I wonder if that's going to be the same on their striker attacks. As far as ISOs go, I have no idea what the case will be because we've seen a lot of interesting basic animations, or sorry, basic attributes. Thunder God's Wrath. Attack the primary target for 400% piercing. If this character has 2 or more Knowhere allies, clear all positive effects from the primary target. Apply ability block to the target. Rebound chain to 3 adjacent targets for 400%. Attack the most injured enemy for 400%. This attack cannot be countered. In war, this attack is unavoidable. Very, very cool. Very cool. The ultimate, in war, clear all barrier from all enemies. Attack all enemies for 700% piercing. Apply offense down for 2 turns and defense down for 2 turns. Wow, that's broken. That's available turn 2. I'm not seeing too much tied behind the Knowhere people, besides what the Knowhere people give, a lot of deflex and stuff. Thor might be able to flex elsewhere. All right, let's finish this off with Thor's passive. On turn, heal self for 5%, plus 5% max health per non-minion Asgardian, Avenger, or Knowhere ally. Very interesting shoutouts there. So he looks like he's going to be a flex character. He will probably be the one that gets subbed out. Is he okay? He is giving damage to Knowhere. Okay, never mind. Let's just keep reading. I'm jumping the gun. On any enemy turn, 50% chance to attack the enemy protector with the highest speed, ignoring taunt for 250% piercing. In war, clear all charged. So he's just wrecking She-Hulk. He's wrecking She-Hulk. Or maybe Hulk, getting rid of that charge, all that extra resistance, if that's a thing. Very interesting. Gain 25% damage while this character has deflect or minor deflect. Lower the block chance of all enemies by 50%. That's a shout out to Red Hulk, I guess. In war, on summoned enemy death, gain 1 ability energy. Ooh. Fill this character's speed bar by 5% when an Asgardian, Avenger, or Knowhere ally is attacked. So he's attacking quite often, I guess. Gain 100% focus, gain an additional 25% damage, so 50% damage total in war, and Knowhere allies gaining 50% damage as well. So it looks like the on-summon enemy death is probably to counter Undying. So when Undying is used against this team and Greg dies, Thor just pops up with his ultimate and kills everybody, maybe. Very interesting. All right, guys, let me know what you think about these kits in the comment sections below. My first impression is this is a bonkers team. It's going to flex great to offense and defense, which means it's probably going to end up on the defensive side. I'm seeing way too much war tags that I'm comfortable with. But I'm also seeing some interesting plug and play, like from this Thor, obviously, Nova as a power couple with Star-Lord, obviously, and Cosmo actually looks busted. He looks busted for a lot of different things. We got to see the speed of these characters. That's kind of crazy. They seem like they're going to be very strong. I'm interested to see how big of a punch up we can do against Gamma. But thanks to MSFGG for providing us with these leaks, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.